I will do whatever I can to keep her memory alive and to be there for her children, because she's irreplaceable. She was one in a million.
This morning, we're shining a spotlight on the Rachel Morin murder case as jury selection kicks off today. The mother of 5 was found dead on a hiking trail in Maryland in August of 2023. It took months, but a suspect was finally arrested. Victor Martinez-Hernandez, who entered the country illegally from El Salvador, was taken into custody in Tulsa, Oklahoma last June. He was charged with murder, with rape, and with kidnapping. The Department of Homeland Security says that Hernandez was expelled from the United States not once, not twice, but on 3 prior occasions. The defense made a whole bunch of last-minute requests, including jury sequestration, which was denied. Let's bring in the attorney for Rachel Morin's family, Randolph Rice. Randolph, good morning to you. How is the family holding up this morning?
Yeah, they're very nervous and obviously anxious about this, but as Patty said yesterday, you know, it's in God's hands. She understands that things happen for a reason, and she's sort of accepted the fact that God is going to take care of what's going to happen the next couple of weeks. So she's at peace with it. I know the rest of the family certainly is looking forward to opening statements on Friday.
I'm sure, Randolph. Tell me, the children, I know, of course, we want to be mindful of their privacy, but everybody wants to know, are they okay? Are they in good hands?
Well, each of them have, you know, their fathers there taking care of them, and each one are grieving in a different part of the process. You know, you've got ages ranging from 18, 19 years old down, I believe, 8 now. So they've all sort of been grieving in a different part of the process. We don't really think that they're obviously not going to be attending the trial because just of the graphic nature of the images that will be shown during this trial is something that you just can't, you know, unsee.
Right, Randolph. Our hearts go out to them. Give them our love. I want to show you some of the proposed jury questionnaire. Geez, I'm having a hard time getting my words this morning. Yes, the proposed questions for voir dire. Randolph, I was telling my team off camera, I'm in the fog this morning. All right, so we have the jurors' knowledge of the Morin family, the use or the proximity to the Mon Pa Trail where Rachel was killed, and donations to the Morin family's GoFundMe. We also have participation in podcasts about the case, comfort with viewing graphic evidence, and views on race and ethnicity. Randolph, your thoughts on the importance of some of these questions for those prospective jurors?
Yeah, so yesterday they had a pretrial conference where they debated between the state and the defense all of these 50-plus different questions. A lot of these were coming from the defense. They wanted to expand that voir dire, that questioning of the jury panel. And really what Judge Curtin, the Harford County Circuit Court judge who's overseeing this case, sort of shut the defense down and said, look, I'm not going to start diving into these very specific or sometimes very broad questions, because she called it essentially a fishing expedition. The defense was trying to gain more information about the jurors so they could use that in their selection process. So what she really said was that I'm going to ask a very general question. Have you heard about this case? And if so, how have you heard about it? And then I will allow you to follow up with questions of that juror to determine if they can be fair and impartial.
Randolph, thank you for that. We know that the defendant's lawyers have made the argument that there's no way he can get a fair trial. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I mean, look, there are over 200,000 potential jurors in Harford County, and I said this yesterday to the press. You know, I oftentimes will ask people, hey, have you ever heard of the Rachel Morin case? And I'm shocked how many people have not. So I think it's going to be very easy for the judge, the state, and the defense to find 12 people in Harford County who, and it's not that they haven't heard of the case, it's that they may have heard of it, but can they be fair and impartial? Can they listen to the evidence? Can they hear the witness's testimony? And can they come away with it and apply the law and find beyond a reasonable doubt is either to his guilt or innocence?
Right. Randolph, harken back to your experience as a prosecutor. You know, for many years you served in that role. Are you at all surprised that this guy is going to trial on these very bad facts?
You know, Julie, that is a great question. And early on, I thought that he might decide to take a plea. We don't know the details of what the plea was. We know there was a plea offered early on when the state was trying to prepare their case, and we certainly don't know. But there would have been an incentive there. Remember, the top count and the most serious penalty in this case is life without parole. So there's presumably was a chance of getting parole. We're not sure of that. But certainly now he's facing the possibility of life without parole. So I'm a little shocked. But at the same time, we talk about it often on the show, defendants want to take their chance to see if they can possibly get lucky and find one juror who says, I just don't find enough evidence there.